Hello, my name is Aruna. Today I will explain the capstone project. So here this project includes the contract life cycle. So where creation of the document, reviewing it, signing it and managing those contracts. So next, the actual requirement is the XYZ Corporation currently uses the Salesforce environment to track the vendor information and sales opportunities. And this corporation needs an automation system which will help in the contract life cycle. So where the creation of it, review and signing, this needs to be automated. And also it needs these four main features to be included in this project, where user the sales representative from this XYZ corporation, when he is requesting for a contract, he should have it two options. One is he can request for a new contract needs to be generated, or he can upload the third party contract if he is already available with that contract. And also he should be able to update the metadata to the contract which got generated, so that it will be easier for accessing it by using some features, so either by reporting or by searching. And even the everything, it means the automation is done from the DocuSign end, as every process is taken care by the DocuSign end only. If sales representative wanted to know what is the process going on his contract, so some data from the DocuSign end for each and every process that needs to be updated back to the Salesforce record, so that the representative will get to know on what stage his contract is. And also the generated contracts and under process contracts, reviewing contracts signed. So all these documents which got generated with respect to every record of the sales, that needs to be accessed from the Salesforce record itself. It means the DocuSign documents will be shown in the Salesforce end. Then we'll go for the next one. These are the objects and actors used in our project. Account, and it's the basic account and the contacts of the accounts and opportunity. And in opportunity line items and the contracts being used. In contracts is the object which will represent the documents. Each record of contract will represent the single document of its opportunity. And actors involved in this are sales representative, who will initiate the contract request, and sales manager is required to approve the contracts if it is approvable or acceptable, and customer who is involved in the contract, and legal reviewer, internal reviewer. These two are required for the review process, the external and internal review process. This is the flow process. This is being implemented on the DocuSign workflow to automate the process. These are all the features being taken place one by one. Here to represent the yellow colored boxes are the steps which are include the manual process, and these are automated one. So initially the sales representative, when he makes a request, and there will be two options to him, whether he can create it or he can upload it. So when he selects the upload step, he will be having two manual process. One is uploading his third party contract, and he needs to fill the form. And if he selects the create contract, then he just need to fill the form and he can just proceed on it, as actual contract being generated automatically. So filling of the form will contain some editable fields. It will take the user input, and some are taken from the Salesforce as well, like the account number, vendor details. So after the details are taken, document is ready. Those document, after creation of this document, and here it is a request document. It means when he selects the create document step, there will be a different path to generate the document, and upload is a different path to for the other process. It will be explained in the future here. So once the document and the form is filled, then it will create a new contract record for that opportunity, uh, on the Salesforce end, and then it will apply the metadata to the document which is created or it is uploaded. And once the document metadata is updated, it will update the contract record. So whatever user input is given in this form, that information will be updated to the respective contract record which got created for the respective opportunity from where the sales representative have initiated his request. So here there will be a different path for the upload one and the create one. If it is upload one, sales manager will come into picture to whether to approve the document or to reject it. So if the uploaded document is acceptable and then he can approve the document, then it will come for the legal hub, and if it is rejected, we'll go for cancellation of the document. And if it is a create path, here there will be the actual document generation step here, where this form will be filled by the sales manager itself here. So here whatever the additional information is required along with the form data, this will be filled and then the actual document will get generated. And then for the actual document we need to update the metadata and Salesforce data as well. As at starting there will be a minimal data being given here, that is being updated now. Along with the additional data, again the Salesforce record will be updated. Then now it will come for the legal hub. Legal hub is nothing but the reviewing by the legal team, where a group of members will be there to review the document, and here it will be assigned randomly to one person so that he can go with the further process of that particular document. Now once it comes for the legal hub, these are the further steps, whether it needs to go for the customer review or to the internal review or to the signature, or if the legal team member decides it is not a right contract, then he can go for the cancellation of the contract. Here I mentioned it as the withdraw or archive thing, but the document will go for the cancellation of it and it will be moved to an archive folder. And here the document will get activated only when the signature process is complete. So this is about the main steps involved in the flow of this project. Okay, we'll go for next. I need to show the configurations here. So I will show from DocuSign end and the Salesforce end here. So here is the configuration and started with the integration part of it. This is the URL being linked to the Salesforce and this is my DocuSign account and it is being linked to this Salesforce account. Here starting I have made the mapping of the objects, where I mapped the contract object where account and opportunity were already there. This is the folder structure I have been maintaining in this project for the contract. So the generated document for each contract will be storing on the contract number folder inside the opportunity name inside contracts, and inside contracts there will be contract status folder and in the contract number. So after done the mapping, I have been given the accessibility of the DocuSign files inside this opportunity record. Even it is being given for the contracts and accounts as well. So I'm just showing only for these opportunities. So here just to show the folder structure, as inside the contract status one and inside the status, so contract number folder, and inside it there we can see the generated documents here. This is about the integration part. Now I can show the configurations which are done from the actual DocuSign end. Here I have created two forms. As we see in the flow, there are two times the document generation will happen. At the request stage, when the sales representative requests it, and the second one is when sales manager feels it is okay to be generated, then that time the actual document generation by filling second form. So these are the two forms I have created. So I'm just opening these two forms to show. This is the request form. So this is the request form being used. Here there are some fields which are taken from the Salesforce, and some are the user inputted values, and these values being filled into this request template. So this is the template, and I have pasted the merge tags from the request form. Here is some condition I have used. So the contract term type, if it is fixed, then this row should not appear, and if it is auto extend, then it should appear. That is a condition here we used. And also here it is making a group of the products depending on product family, so that it will create a new table for each product family. So this is the request template, so that it will create a first document using that form and this template. And now this is the second template being used, so the second actual document generation, and it is on the contract. Yeah, this I wanted to say. The request form is on the opportunity, so it will take the information from opportunity record, and the second actual document is from the contract record. So when the actual second document is getting generated, that time the new contract record got generated from the workflow, so that the same contract record will be used to fetch the information from it. And now these are the additional fields being there in the second document. And this, similarly we have a second document, that is the actual document. This is the one where the merge tags has been placed and some condition for the standard and non-standard terms. And also here the grouping is applied for the product family, and here we can see the signature process, as I have pasted the signature tags as well here. So this is about the templates present, and the two templates and two forms. And the second one is used only for the create option. So only in the create option the second document will get generated, and this form will be used. For the upload step, these two forms will be used, but without template, not the request template. Now the forms is filled. Sorry, those are form libraries I have taken. This is to make the efficiency of the components here. So these, if more than two or three fields or the sections which are common in many of the forms, so that it will be easier to access the same form library in many forms. Instead of creating many times, it will be better to create once and use many times. And if we wanted to edit any field there, it will be easier if we edit one place, it will be reflected in many forms. So next, the forms, these two are the same. Whatever form library is been created, same forms been created here. Here I didn't add any additional fields other than the form library sections. And also this contract number form is used only from the workflow, just to extract the contract number after creating new contract record, to take the contract number from the Salesforce. It is being created. No document generation configuration is being created for this contract number. So now for this contract for request and generation, so request one will be used from the Salesforce and to launch the doc launcher, so that to make a request. So here are the two steps. One is the upload one, the uploaded document, and the request form is used. And the second one is creation of a document, the same template and the form which I shown now. So these two are being options given, and it will launch the capstone training main workflow, so which will start the automation process there once the request document is created. And the created document will get to store in the opportunity folder for now, and then there will be separate create folder structure workflow to reorganize the structure of the folders to store the generated document. And now this contract generation, it is just to be used in the workflow. We are not going to launch it externally, as it being launched from the workflow itself. There will be only one option, that is the generation form and the generation template, the actual template being used to generate the actual document. And here it has taken as it should be stored in the contract, however it will be reshaped by the structure workflow. Okay, and this is about the This is about the configurations being done. Now I wanted to show the e-forms as well, as these e-forms being used to structure the email template. So in our process, immediately after reviewing it, after approving it, or if any task is been assigned, so instead of giving the email body and subject many times, I just created the email template, so that created in SX form for the each respective emails. So for approval of any contract, this is the email being used. So I can show the SX form as well. So sorry. Okay. Here I just wanted to show one of the e form, so that that e form will be used to use it as a subject and body fields for each email. So we can show this approved notification. So this will be going to the customer when their contract is being approved. And similarly, we have these many templates, these many SX forms from the from this email template. Okay, and this is about it. Now I wanted to go for attributes. So just to show what is the attributes being used, I just used a capstone attributes one. So it will contain similar to whatever fields present in the form, same things I have been used here. The attributes will be shown here. And after this, okay, users task group. So I said there will be a legal hub here. So here is the legal team, which will be reviews the document and selects which process needs to go for next, and it will be assigned randomly, as I have given only 3 users for now, so it can be assigned to any one of these 3 persons. Okay, now we'll go for the workflows. So again, I think it will take more time to explain every workflow, so I'll just give a one statement for each workflows. So this capstone main workflow is the workflow which will be called by the doc launcher, request doc launcher, which I shown just before of this. So this capstone workflow is the this capstone workflow will be similar to whatever the flow I have shown it before, and whatever one steps I have given, that will be these sub workflows. These are all the sub workflows being called from this main workflow. Withdraw workflow is called when any cancellation occurred, or if the legal team selects the withdrawn option in their legal hub. So this withdraw, what it will do, it will move the document to an archive folder or a withdrawn folder, and then it will update the Salesforce that their document is cancelled, and it will update the user also that their contract been cancelled. So many updations will happen here, and it will move the contract to different folder itself. And the signature one, it will be dead opposite to the withdraw workflow. So here is the pass flow of the workflow. So it will send the document for signature, and if the signature happened correctly and both parties have completed their signature, then it will move to an active folder, and it will update some fields in the Salesforce as well as it is activated. And create folder structure, it is used just to reorganize the structure of the folders to where the document should store. And attribute mapping and Salesforce mapping, these two are done in a similar way, but the attribute mapping will happen first. It needs to be done first, then the Salesforce object, as because attribute mapping is done by the CSV file, where it will take the values from the merge tags. It means from the form it will take the values, and the same values will be updated to the respective fields. So this is the CSV being used to update the attributes mapping. And similarly, the Salesforce updation also uses the CSV file, where in turn the updated metadata from the updated attribute field values, it will take the values and it will update the Salesforce fields. So this is about the Salesforce mapping and Salesforce mapping and attribute mapping. And the internal review and customer review, these are the review process. So there are some email steps where for each internal review and customer review, if it is cancelled or completed, the customer or the members who is involved in the contract will get the emails that their contract is being reviewed or not. Now we'll start with the live demo. So where I will initiate the workflow, initiate the contract request as a sales representative. So this is the button which is linked to the request document generation configuration which I shown previously. I'm just clicking on this button to initiate the contract request. So once I click on this, I got two options whether to upload it or create it. As of now, first I'm going with a create request where it has two stages of document generation. Here it is asking for the fields to enter, and here this is only for the request one. So here is a condition, if it is fixed, it won't show this field. Next, and it will merge with the request template and it will show the request document preview. So once we get the preview, we can see the document and save it. So this is the request document got generated where it contains only the minimal data. Whatever we given the data, same data will be there. And we can see here the product family. Depending on product family, products are being grouped. You can see this fields appeared here. If I just save it, okay, now the document got saved. So if I just go and see for all contracts, 13th, okay, just now this contract being created, you can see 38, this is the contract being created from the workflow just now. And this we can see it from the from here itself, the opportunities. When we go to contracts, I think it will be on the draft. Now this is the one which got created, 184, just now this contract being created. And if we go here, we can see the request document. So this is the request document being created. We can see whether attributes are even attributes got applied to this document, and it is a draft document. Why we are not able to see these fields as these being filled in the after the second document is been generated, as because we didn't give these field values in the request form, because those fields are not present in the request form. Okay, now we can just close off it. And after immediately this document is generated, then the customer will get that his contract is ready. So now I wanted to check whether I got a mail that my document is ready or not, the request document. So I'm checking here. Yeah, I can see for this respective contract I got a mail that my draft document is ready. So here my draft document is ready, but what about the actual document? So that is on the hand of sales manager. So I will go as a sales manager to my account. So I will go to tasks. So I should be getting a task to generate the actual document. So here it is. So as Aruna Mekala, I initiated the request, and my manager is Rob Scarisbo. I'm clicking on this contract. As soon as I click on this the task is being assigned to me. So I can see the Rob tasks as well. I just made it as I will be the manager of Rob and Rob will be the manager of me. Mutually I have given as manager, so that we can see both tasks. And now I am filling the second form. This is the second form. After filling of it, I can see the actual document generation here. So this is on the hand of sales manager. As a sales manager, he needs to do it. So now it is been preparing a preview of the document. So once it is generated, yeah, I can see everything is being populated here. I'm completing this document. So once this document is generated, then the next task is applying some metadata to it, and then uh, updating the Salesforce fields. So now the sales manager task is done. As a sales representative, I will check what all I can see here. So now I should be able to see the actual document generated on my record. Okay, now I just refreshed my opportunity tab here. So I wanted to see my second generated document here, the actual document. I'm going for the documents, contracts, and it should be on the draft because it is in initial stage of it. And yeah, I can see the contract being generated. This is the request one, and this is the one which got generated now. And this shows that this document is being at the stage of in some person to the review it or to get approval, or if it is assigned as a task to any person, that will be considered as it is in motion. So I can just click on this document just to preview it as a sales representative. So, and I need to see the attributes whether it is applied. Yeah, we can see the everything, all the values been assigned to it, and I can see the document as well here. So I can see tasks for it. So here it is. I am able to see these options because I can as the same person being assigned with with this task. No. So however, the sales representative will be a different person in the real scenario. So I'm just seeing it. So we'll complete this task from the DocuSign end. So, and also before that we'll see this contract record whether the details have been populated correctly or not. Yeah, we can see here itself the start date and end date have populated. Now starting it was not there. And this customer sign date, vendor signatory, these will be populated once the signature happens. If signature not happens, these will not get populated. Now we'll go to tasks bar, and we'll see if any task been assigned to me. Yeah, here it came for legal hub now after second document. So now it has assigned to me because I have kept it as the if the person completed one task for the respective document, the same person should complete the remaining tasks as well as link to next step. So I have used it will be assigned to me because the previous task has been completed by me only. So now I'm going with the customer review process. So this document I'm sending for customer review. So once it is sent for customer review, then the customer will be Aruna Mekala only, as you can see here. So this is the mail ID I will be getting. For this mail I will be getting a mail that I got my document for customer review. So I'm just refreshing. It will take some time to get the notification. Oh sorry, before I get the notification, as a legal hub, the legal team will select to send to customer review, but there will be another stage of confirming to send for customer review. So some person will be assigned to confirm it to whom it should go, and all it should be selected, and that person needs to send. These all will be filled automatically from the workflow values. This is the mail ID, and here I can see the auto generated mail here, my name and with the contract number. I need to review it, and due date, everything been populated. I'm just clicking on send to send for customer review. So once I click on this I will get a mail now. Yeah, I just got a mail now. 47. Yeah, just now I got a mail. So now I'm clicking on this mail, and these mails I got just by the template I have used there by using email step. Now I'm reviewing this document. So instead of going without editing it, I just wanted to edit something in this document, and then I need to sign the document. I'm opening this file, and we'll just do some little change in the document. So what I will do, I will just change the year to 2002. Okay, sorry, I didn't enable it. We'll change it to 2002. Okay, now I will save this document and I will upload it back. So next I'm selecting the document here. Okay, it has selected now, and I have edited. Please review and comment. So I have finished it. I'm finishing it. Now the review has been completed. So once the review is completed, again I will be, this is an auto generated mail, it is not sent by me, and then after some time I will be getting one more mail which I have given the template that my review is complete. Yeah, this is the one which I created the template. Okay, now the review is completed, and similarly all these mails will be going to the sales representative as well, but my sales representative mail ID will be my Wipro account, as my Wipro account won't okay, I think it has come. This is the auto generated mail some I am getting, but some of the mails I'm not able to receive because of some security reasons of Wipro. So just wanted to show every mails from this Gmail account only. Now the review is completed. Again it will come for the legal hub. So again it came for legal hub. I need to review it, and next process I need to select. Now I'm selecting for internal review. I'm completing it. So once I select the internal review, again it will come for one more the next confirmatory mail, either to send it for internal review or not. So it is not like it will go for the same person. Okay, now I need to select the person who needs to do the internal review, as I'm selecting me only again, and I can see this editing compare document feature is being used here. Okay, now I just completed it. So now the I just assign my task to me only, as to see the internal review, so that I got again a step to internal review. So here I have two options as an internal reviewer, whether to complete it or to reject it. As of now I wanted to show with the path only, so I'm going with the accepted one. So I'm completing the internal review. It means I need to get a mail after the internal review completed also. Yeah, I got a mail just now that my internal review of the document is completed. So stage by stage we can see where is our document. First is draft, then the customer review, then customer review completed, next internal review is completed. So, and then immediately after the internal review again it came for the legal hub. Next wanted whether we can go for withdraw of it. Means if he doesn't feel it is acceptable, then he can do it. Now as of now I will show with the send for signature. If it is sent for signature, then once the document is signed, then the contract will get activated, and the workflow will get ended there. So just now I click on send for signature, right? There will be one more step to review that and to send it for signature. So here it is being assigned to me. So before sending it for signature, I need to see everything perfect or not. So by seeing the users who is included in the signature, those. So now I am clicking on send for signature. Now it will launch an e-signature application. We'll wait for it. Yeah, now the e-signature account is been launched and it will show the details. So I just wanted to change my name as XYZ Corp. The second signatory name will be XYZ Corp, as this was given at the workflow. Just I'm changing here now. And this is the email template. I'm using email template given this body and subject. So next I'm clicking on next to show the fields, signature fields being used here. So the name, date, sign. I'm clicking on send. Now first the customer will sign the document, then XYZ Corp will get a notification that needs to be signed. So I will go to my mail and see, yeah, here I got a mail for the signature. So I'm clicking on the review. Yeah, the mail has opened now. So I can see the document and I can sign the document. Just now I signed the document and finishing it. Oh sorry, when I was editing, even that too has additionally added that. It is okay. Okay, now the first customer have signed the document, and now the second person involved in it, I will be getting a mail. Yeah, I got a mail as this. I got a mail as who has sent the document for signing. He will be notified as the first person has reviewed the document and second person has reviewed the document. And this mail I got as a signer. Here I need to sign the document. I don't know, some mails I'm getting for the Wipro account and some mails I'm not, but when I see in the workflow I can see my mail got sent it to the person. Okay, now I'm waiting for the signing. I'm just coming here and okay, yeah, I have signed the document as a second person as well and finishing this signing process now. So once the signature process is completed, as I said, it will come as an activated. So you can see this is an auto generated mail as signature is completed. And now if I go to task, nothing will be there because the process beyond this contract is ended. So if I come here, if I just refresh it, now I need to see that the contract been placed in the active folder instead of draft folder. Even the contract status needs to be changed to active instead of draft. Okay, I'm waiting for this to see. Still it is not yet activated. I need to refresh and see. The workflow is been running in the backside. Okay, still coming. Contracts activated. What is my contract number? 184. Yeah, you can see this 184 contract bin came into the activated folder, and you can see the time is correct. I will get a two PDFs. One is the certification of the signed one and the second is the signed document. So user can see that their document is signed. So if attributes is okay, and yeah, the status will be now it is active. You can see the document is signed now. So this is about the activation one, and if I see the status of contract as well, it is activated. And even if I go to details, I can see the signatory dates and person names as well. Now I will quickly show the second form execution, that is if user or if representative selects third party upload, what he will see the process. So however, if it is fail, if it is request one, or if it is the upload step, he needs to fill the form, then he will select. I'm just selecting the same document here just to upload it here. It is taking some time to get upload, so we'll just wait for it. Yeah, now it got uploaded and I'm saving this. So there is no preview of the document as it is not generating new document here, it is just using the uploaded one. So once we uploaded document came here, I should be able to see that uploaded document in the contracts folder as a sales representative. So I'm going to documents one, and even it will be creating a new contract as well here. So as of now it is 184 is the latest one got created. Now I can see 185 as well, it is created just now. And I wanted to see the documents. The uploaded document should be shown here. in the respective contract number folder. So it will be on the draft now 185, and here he can see his document which he is uploaded. I think attributes are assigned, yeah, even attributes are assigned here. So these are the attributes being assigned here as a draft document. Now okay, I wanted to show it from here. Now as it is upload step, so once the uploaded document is taken, then this will be went for the sales manager to approve it or to reject it. So I need to go to DocuSign and I need to see whether any document came for approval. So sales manager, to the Rob it will go. Yeah, here you can see I need to upload this document as I am Aruna. So my manager is Rob. This is the one I got for approve it. So before loading it, I'm just clicking on approve this document. Once this document is been approved, the customer will be getting a mail that their document is been approved. So here I can see this mail, here my contract is being approved. So once it is approved, it will go for Legal Hub. Oh, I just wanted to confirm it whether this is the same task. So once the approval is done, then it came for Legal Hub now. So as this process is already seen, so if I select withdraw or if I cancel any of this step, the same everything will be same. So just to wanted to show the failure path, I am selecting withdraw here and completing it. So once I selected withdraw, this document will get cancelled and it will be gone to the archive folder, and even the status of contract will be changed to withdrawn, or it is archived. So yeah, I can see the status is being changed to archive now. Even details will not be updated much here. See the initial fields whichever the person has given. And here if I go to documents, now the document will be stored in the archive folder, not in the draft folder. So I'm going to contracts, draft, sorry, not in the draft, in the archive folder. And here 185 is my latest contract which got generated, and I can see this is being moved to here, and even description is given as third party uploaded one. And even the same document can be seen from the contract record as well, as it is being uploaded here as well. So we'll just write, yeah, here we can't see the status directly, we can see it here as because it is starting from the contract number, so it is here. Okay, now I wanted to show the reporting part. Here these two reports I have created. One is the contracts which are expiring in next 30 days. It will be shown by using the rolling date in next 30 days, and even that should be only if the contract status is active, only those contracts will be considered here. And even contracts by status, here it will show all the contracts by grouping them into the status. So this I will show in the dashboard. So here 1 minute ago it is updated. Okay, I think it is fine. So this is the one on the expiring in next 30 days. These three are the contracts exist in the DocuSign with the active status and will be expiring in next 30 days. And these are the contracts by status. There are achieved 7 contracts here. There are 7 contracts being went to archive, and there are 3 contracts being active status now, and there are 3 contracts in draft status. So this is the reporting. And next comes to the deployment part. So if I wanted to deploy these all components to the another environment, then I can use this deployment package option. I can give some name to it, and folders whichever are required to be deployed, like templates and attribute groups, forms, these are e-forms, and workflows. So all the workflows being used along with this document generation configuration. So along with document generation configuration, the form libraries, and also the workflows will be taken, and the all these things will be grouped into a package, and it will be stored in this all access folder. Whatever, I can choose a different location as well. So once it is being stored, I can download the file, and in the next another environment I can upload that, and when I just click on that package, I will get an install button there, so that I can install the whole package. I can see all the components which are being created in this environment. And before going to it, when I'm creating a package, I can't directly select the forms there. If I wanted to import these forms, I need to create a configuration, then I need to select that configuration. Some empty configuration needs to be selected by selecting this contract form. So thank you very much for listening to my explanation, and thank you.